John in Gilbert, Arizona, listening on Sirius XM. You want to disagree with me? You go to the front of the list. What do you want to disagree about?
Hey, Tom. First of all, I want to say I've listened to you from day one. I love you. You're my professor, and this is the very first time I kind of disagree with you.
Okay. I knew there was a but coming. What is it, John?
There always is.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you give Hillary too much credit and you don't give Bernie enough credit. And I would like to share with you why. There's a huge difference between Bernie and Hillary. And Hillary does not, yes, she runs as a Democrat, but she does not really represent the progressive values that Bernie is. And I think that if Bernie was not to become the nominee, then yes, of course, we need to support Hillary. But up until we get to that point, Hillary is nothing like Bernie. She hasn't committed to $15 an hour. She's not for global warming because she gets money from the fossil fuel. I mean, I could go on and on with stuff that you already know.
Yeah. The reality is, John, that Hillary is, I think, moving in that direction, which is what politicians do, and that's a good thing. You want politicians to follow the people rather than try to lead the people. And frankly, that's what Donald Trump is doing. You know, he's putting his finger to the wind, only he's not, doing it in some vague fashion. He's got 7 million Twitter followers. He'll just see what's trending, what's going on, and then he's got Michael Savage, of course, advising him. But I shouldn't make this about Donald Trump. But the reality is that Hillary may be our nominee. In fact, the probabilities are greater than 50%, shall we say? And
really? But do you really think that, Tom?
I really do. Yeah.
I'm Bernie. I mean, Hillary can't even get 5,000.
No. Well, let me finish my thought here, John. Even if the odds are only 10% that Hillary's going to be the nominee, and I think it's much higher than that, but I think it's over 50%, as I said. But no matter what the odds are, she might be our nominee, and so it is not useful, frankly, for us to be doing the circular firing squad routine at any point until the primary is decided on, frankly, either candidate. And this is the problem that I have with, crappy reporting like Greg Sargent this morning in the Washington Post Plumline column, where he says, well, maybe the Sanders campaign is talking about all the fossil fuel industry money that Clinton is taking, but I didn't hear that, so I'm going to write a whole column pretending that it's not. And it's like, there is a circular firing squad right now. Most of it's centered over at the Washington Post with Jonathan Capehart and Greg Sargent and these guys. In the conventional wisdom, the Beltway wisdom, Joyanne Reed and Joan Walsh, et cetera, that is doing a circular firing squad on Bernie. I'm not going to do that on Hillary. I just don't think it's wise. I think that by doing that, you damage the Democratic Party, you damage the base. We should all be saying, "Hey, we're all Democrats here," I would say even we're all progressives here. And if Hillary's our nominee, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that she governs as a progressive, even, as assuming that she campaigns as one, which I think is a safe assumption. It's what her husband did in 92. It's what Barack Obama did in 2008. But this time we're going to make her govern as a progressive. And if Bernie Sanders is the nominee, all the better. We know exactly what he's going to do because he's been doing the same thing for 40 years. So, I get your critique that I'm not, taking the bark off her.
Can I just say one more thing?
But I just don't think it's productive.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I mean, look, obviously we want any one of those two versus what we're up against. But until we get to that point, we really need to support Bernie. I mean, Hillary hasn't come up with a single progressive suggestion. She is so
I think many of her John, that's
her entire campaign is running off, let's continue what Obama has done. She's not.
No, that is not true, John. She's contradicted Obama on a number of things, including TPP and she's gone farther than Barack Obama. And these are good signs.
When it first came out.
John, I get it. You want to make the firing squad and put Hillary in the middle of it. I get it.
No, I'm not making a firing squad, Tom. I'm just calling it an ace of spade. I mean, Hillary in that one debate, she said in order to know what the TPP is, you need to read it. Well, then, Hillary, you should have read it before you were for it. You understand?
I get that. I could very easily come up with the list. I don't have to, though, John, and neither do you. The Republicans will do it for us if she's the nominee, and it won't matter if she's not. I agree with Bernie Sanders. He said he's never run a negative campaign in his life, and other than drawing contrasts, which he even has been very reluctant to do, that's all he's going to do. And I'll point out those contrasts, but I am not going to turn this program into the circular firing squad for any Democrat for either of the two Democratic candidates for president. I'm willing to do it when I identify Democrats that I think are actually harming the party, and frankly, I think Debbie Wasserman Schultz is, and I've gone off on her a few times. Probably more than I should. But outside of that, no. John, thank you for the call. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I certainly understand what you're saying. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.